Welcome into another Dynasty rookie profile. Today we're looking at running back MarShawn Lloyd out of USC. And if this is the first time you're watching one of these videos, these Dynasty rookie profiles, what we're trying to do and the emphasis and point of these videos is to look into and dive deep into the 2024 NFL rookie class. And we're just trying to find the hidden gems when it comes to our Dynasty rookie drafts. We're looking at some players that are going to be taken second, third, fourth, day 3 draft picks, and we're trying to find guys in the third round or fourth round of our rookie drafts. Hopefully we can hit on them, things we like, things we don't like. Who's the next Puka Nacua, as everyone's going to throw out there? The next Tank Dell, Keaton Mitchell, stuff like that. So today, like I said, we are looking at MarShawn Lloyd, and there's a lot of things to like about MarShawn Lloyd. Overall, it felt like, man, I wish they would have used him a little bit more at USC. You can see here he measured in 5'9", 220. That's good size for a running back. Has a lot of weight on him, so there's no concerns there. You look at his 2023 stats. Only 116 carries, 820 yards, 9 touchdowns, 13 catches, over 200 yards. Seems to be projected as a late day 2, early day 3 pick. Maybe he gets bumped up into maybe he gets bumped up into the middle or early day 2, second round, third round pick. It'll be interesting to see. I think there's a chance, this draft class for running backs is so weird. There's not a lot of clear cut, Bijan's number 1, Jahmyr Gibbs is number 2, Charbonnet or Achan's number 3 and 4. There's really none of that. There's kind of in my opinion, about 4 or 5 guys who I could easily see being the best running back in this draft class, So for MarShawn Lloyd, again, a lot of things to like about him. And yeah, you just wish USC used him more. Now, he was by far, 40 more carries than the next running back, just about. So he was their guy, a little less than 40. He was the main guy. They just didn't run the ball. It was the Caleb Williams show, and obviously the offense went through him. So some things that I really like about him, good speed at the combine, the 4.46. That's great. That's really good speed. His 10-yard split, we want to see it a little bit better, 1.56. It's not terrible, but it's just kind of it's not oh, yeah, that intrigues me. We want to see sub 155, right? And once we start seeing those type of numbers, that's when we start to get a little bit excited, because 10-yard splits are so important. Most runs in the NFL are not going for 40 yards. Most of them aren't even going for 10, but you get a lot more 10-yard runs than you do 40-yard runs. Broad jump at 118, nothing impressive, but his production and his underlying numbers here are what I really, really like from him. So we see his career dominator, and again, career dominator, what that means is the percentage of your team's total offense. So in his years in college, basically 3 years in college, he had a career dominator of 18%. He accounted for about 18% of his team's offense. Now, that was heavily brought down by his second year at South Carolina, where he just didn't get used a whole lot, but it's still kind of calculated into this career dominator. You take that out and he's north of 25%, which is what we want to see, where he's right around 25%. Which is, again, 25% or higher is really what we want to see at that career dominator number. So if we do take out that one, his freshman year at South Carolina, we have to take that into consideration. He actually was there in 2020, and that was a wash year. He didn't do anything at South Carolina, so he got affected by the COVID year, unfortunately. We see the single season high, which was his last year at Carolina, I believe, at 28%. His breakout age of 21. He's a little bit older. We got to acknowledge that. Breakout age at 21. We generally want to see 20 or lower. He just turned 23, so he is a little bit older. Teams are going to dock him a little bit for that. Although, again, I mentioned this with a couple players like Ray Davis. If a team plans on using a running back 4 years only, right? We're going to use him for 4 years. Why does it matter if he's 23 or 21, right? He's going to be, 27 by the time you move on from him. PFF rushing grade of 87.2 is really good. The things to get really excited about for MarShawn Lloyd are the underlying metrics, the elusive rating, and the breakaway percentage. This elusive rating, we generally want to see this number north of like 95, right? 100. He's at 177, which is by far the best in this draft class. Elusive rating is breaking tackles. How many tackles are you breaking? And that's so important in the NFL. You got to be able to break tackles. You can't go down with the first contact because everyone's bigger, faster, stronger in the NFL. So if you're doing it if you're not doing it in college, it's a red flag because it's like, well, how do you expect to do it in the NFL, right? Not a lot of people can't break tackles in college, and they go on to be able to break tackles in the NFL. 177 is awesome. And I was kind of quickly looking back. I think that's the second best of all time since PFF's been charting the elusive rating, which I believe goes back to 2015. And that's the best we've ever seen, or second best we've ever seen. Best was Javonte Williams. Second best was Bijan at 169. MarShawn Lloyd's at 177. So that's really, really good. Really good to see. And you combine that with not only is he breaking tackles, but he's going on breakaway runs. I think breakaway runs are 15 yards or more. 56%, over 56% of his runs are going for 15 yards or more. It might be 10 yards or more. I need to double check that. But I believe it's 15, which is crazy. That's really, really good. One of the best in this draft class as well. It might be the best actually in this draft class. So he has the best elusive rating and the best breakaway percentage. Those are two things we really want to see. His yards per route run at 1.22 is good. It's not great, but it's good. It's actually one of the better in this draft class. There's not a lot of receivers that have a good yards per route run metric. So 1.22 is pretty good. And I'm just double checking. Yeah, runs over 15 yards. So over 56% of his runs are 15 yards or more. So love to see that stuff. Yards after contact, 457, which is pretty good considering, he only had 820 yards, right? So he's averaging almost 4 yards after contact per carry, which is a really good number. And that plays into the elusive rating. Missed tackles forced at 47. That is rushing, I believe, rushing only. So forcing 47 missed tackles on 16 carries is impressive. And he was kind of pretty balanced here between zone and gap. So I think he fits a little bit better potentially as a zone runner. But MarShawn Lloyd, very, very interesting player. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. There's a chance, in my opinion, that he is the best running back in this draft class. Again, he's good at blitz pickup, which is good. Some of the things I saw on the film now, getting into the film stuff, good at blitz pickup, which means he's going to get on the field. He has the size for it too at 220. He's just a good blend of power. He can catch the ball pretty well. He looks natural when catching the ball. Now, again, we only saw 13 catches, just the nature of the USC offense. So, it doesn't mean he can't do more, right? It's just the nature of college offenses at times. But he's just strong, compact, really, really built. His feet, he's just always never goes down with the first contact. He has good straight line speed. It's not elite. It's not H-hand stuff, but it's good enough to play in the NFL. He has good initial burst, not great. We talked about that with his 10-yard split. Can be a little hesitant at times. I think you want to see him be a little bit more decisive, find that hole and go. In pass protection, he does a lot of cut blocks, which it can translate to the NFL, but you want to be able to have stand-up blocks more. Cut blocks are a little bit more dangerous because you're falling to the ground, right? You're going to the floor, and if you don't get that cut block, your rusher has a clear path to the quarterback. So overall, I really, really love what I see from MarShawn Lloyd. I'm really, really intrigued about where he goes. I kind of hope, I obviously want him to go third round at worst, but part of me being the selfish dynasty manager, I don't want him to get high second round draft capital because I think he can be kind of a sneaky late second round, early third rookie draft pick. And then not a lot of people, if he does go in the third, not a lot of people are going to be paying attention to. So to me, he's a guy I'm going to be targeting again in that late second, early third, depending on where he goes. If he goes higher, if he goes in the mid-second round, you're not going to get him there. You're going to have to draft him higher, most likely. But yeah, I'd like to know what you guys think. Again, just kind of quickly going over it. Some of the things we like about him is his underlying metrics, the elusive rating, his ability to break tackles, ability to break away runs, to break off 15-yard or more runs, good speed, not great, but good. Love that he never goes down with first contact. Some of the things to be concerned about, didn't have a huge workload in college, so can he have a big workload in the NFL? That's always a concern until we see it. He's 116 carries in a season is the most he's ever had. So 130 touches in a season is the most he's ever had. We need to be fantasy relevant. We need you to put up 200, 220, 230 plus, right? So it's going to be a concern until we see it, but I think he can do it. It was just the nature of the USC offense. Again, he was I think by 20 or 30 carries more than the next running back. So it's not like there was someone else. It's just that's the guy who ran the most, had the most carries. So those are, some things to be concerned about. Breakout age is a little bit concerning. Why didn't we see him break out? COVID kind of messed up his first year. So, we got to give a little bit of leniency to that. But overall, I like what I see from him. So definitely a guy you should be paying attention to in your dynasty rookie drafts. Follow in the offseason rumors where he's going. He gets on a good spot. I can see him taking over a backfield. So a lot of teams that need running backs. I know the free agency kind of just started and a lot of running backs are going. But pay attention to him because we could be talking about him being a impact rookie running back. So as always, guys, we'll be back with some more of these. Like and subscribe to the channel for more Dynasty content. We'll catch you guys all next time.